Here's how I built an aesthetic physique with only 3 workouts a week. I remember when I was in my teenage, it was very hard for me to even train once in a week or even train once in a month. I was a super lazy person, and honestly, I was addicted to playing video games, and it made me super lazy. And when I was in my high school, I remember when I was like in the last years of my high school, my parents bought me a laptop with like high graphics and it was like a gaming laptop. And I remember I installed all of my video games like high graphics video games into it. And I also had a friend who were telling me that you should install this game and play this game into it. And like I was like very excited to play new video games. And when I play video games, I almost forgot that I also have to eat my food and everything because I was like so obsessed with playing video games, like doing like this much kills or passing this level or something else. And I remember when I was in my school and through the last periods of the school or through the last classes of my school, I was thinking about what video game I'm gonna play when I got to the home and everything. And honestly, it made me super lazy because I was not even going outside and I was not even doing any physical activities. And even like when my parents tell me that you should go out, like make some new friends or play cricket or something, I was not even like thinking about anything like physical activities or going outside rather than playing video games and like leveling up in that because I was so obsessed with that. And I was sitting on my bed like 8 to 9 hours on the weekend, like when the school is off, and I was like having low testosterone and I was like so brain dead to even like go out and like make some new friends. And after I finished my high school, I was playing video games like straight like 8 to 9 hours or sometimes like 12 hours in a day. I remember I wake up and I open my laptop and like play a one game, and then I got a shower or like eat some breakfast or something, and then I play it again and everything. And I do that like 3 to 4 times, and I like after lunch and after dinner I was playing video games till like 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. or something, and that was very crazy. And I remember at that time I was also going to the gym, but I was not consistent in my workouts and I was not even going to the gym once in a week. So that's why I was not building any muscles and I was not consistent enough. So I left the gym because I was like wasting money in the gym membership. So I left the gym and I was like totally in a rut, and I was like doing degenerate habits and bad habits like eating unhealthy stuff, processed food and everything. And after a year or so in 2021, I joined the gym back again, but still I was not feeling like it. I was not even going to the gym and I was not even like feeling like going to the gym consistently. And one day I was like scrolling through the YouTube and I was like binge watching content, and I saw a guy like science based lifter who was giving the advice in his videos that the secret to building muscle is high intensity workouts, and you don't need to train or go to the work gym 7 days a week and work out like 7 days a week. It is totally possible to even like gain muscles once if you go to the gym once in a week and if you have a high intensity set or high intensity workout. So I was like very excited to do so, and I was like having a question in my mind that I was like super lazy, and if it's workouts for me, like I'm gonna go to the gym once in a week only, or maybe twice or thrice in a week. That's all. I'm not gonna go to the gym because I was like super lazy. And I was like having a question in my mind that how can I increase the intensity of my workout? Like how can I like do some like little exercises or some like few exercises and gain a whole lot of amount of muscle. And I was like wondering what exercise I have to do to actually build an aesthetic physique and also gain a lot of muscle mass. So I implemented a few things, like he was telling me that you should rest very less in between the sets, and you should like focus on your form and do the eccentric phase like longer, like hold the weight 2 to 3 seconds or 4 seconds sometimes to actually increase the intensity. And that was all. Like you don't need to do anything else. Like you just need to focus on muscle mind connection and like rest as less as possible as between in between the sets, and also increase the weights or increase the rep range in your working sets. And I did that and I see some results, like massive results. And after a while I also implemented some of the exercises that helped me to gain a lot of muscle mass and also build an aesthetic physique. I specifically focus on some exercises because I was like also researching about a lot, I was like turning my mind, turning my part towards towards the fitness, and like avoiding all the video games then, because when you do something and you get excited to like learn about it, you automatically lose interest in the other things like the video games or degeneracy or something else. So that's why I became interested in this fitness, and I become more interested in like how to build an aesthetic physique, and I researched about this, and I found that you only have to focus on some few muscle groups that are like lateral delt, upper chest, like neck or traps, or like abs and quads or something, to have that V taper and also build an aesthetic physique. And when I did that, my result just got exploded, and I built an aesthetic physique faster because I was doing the right things after so many mistakes. And I remember at that time I was only following some 3 workouts that also you can do to actually build an aesthetic physique without any like bullshit 7 days workouts a week or something else. You only have to go to them 3 times in a week to actually build an aesthetic physique and also gain a lot of muscle mass. And the workout split that I was doing is push pull legs. Push pull legs is the best workout split for beginners because you don't only build a lot of muscle mass, but also it focuses on building an aesthetic physique. And I was doing that, and on the push days I was doing some push movement, I was training my upper chest more, and also my anterior delt and my lateral delt more, and a little bit of triceps also. And I was doing like 5 to 6 exercises only, and I was focusing on high intensity training. I was like taking less rest between the sets, and I was also increasing the rep range and also increasing the weights. Like I was like progressively overloading in same exercises every single week. And on the pull days I was training my back, especially my upper lats, and also my rear delta and my biceps more, and also a little bit of my forearms. And I was focusing only on some isolation exercises and some compound exercises. And on the leg day I was focusing on some squats and some leg press and some isolation exercises, and I was also focusing especially on the glutes and the quads to actually have an aesthetic leg. And I was also focusing on the calves muscles. And this was all. You don't have to actually do some like fancy workouts, like fancy like Arnold split or some upper body lower body. Like for sure, like when you're like advanced, like when you're lifting more than 2 years, you can do that and you can like play around with it like workout split. But when you're beginner, you should be focusing on some aesthetic muscle and focus on some like basic strength of basic workouts. And push pull legs is better for beginners, and I totally see results on the push pull leg split. So you can do that also. And there are so many benefits of like push pull leg. You don't need to actually go to the gym like 7 days a week. You can also go to them like maybe 4 times in a week. You can do like push pull legs and 2 days rest and then push pull legs again. So this can also work out for you. Like rest 2 days or maybe 3 days or maybe 4 days in between these type of splits. Or maybe you can play around with it like Monday push days and then Tuesday rest and then Wednesday pull days and then Thursday rest and then Friday legs. Maybe you need more recovery or maybe you need less recovery. So it totally depends on you and your body type. And the next benefit is you actually don't need to overthink about it a lot and overthink about like doing fancy exercising and going to the gym 7 days a week. You can also like focus on some career, or if you're pursuing your business or something, you can also focus on those things more and not like wasting your time going to the gym if you have less time in your day. And by the way, if you need more help in building an aesthetic physique, click on the first link in the description to get the fast results. Goodbye.